Welcome back to Paligny, everyone. Ham here, kicking off from last episode. I've decided to actually go ahead and get a windrower, and that's because I'm not going to get a brand new mower just yet. The mowers are really expensive, so we might have to look at down the track putting in potentially for a mower that we can get second hand. We might have to hit up the broker so we can look at getting a second-hand mower from somewhere, or the mower that we want for a lot cheaper, and see if they can source one for us. We're not going to do that now because I think we've got other things we need to pay for. Plus, I want to keep some money in reserve. We've got some field maintenance we're going to have to do with that field after today when we get it wrapped and everything. I wonder if we should cut this grass up here as well while we're going. Huh. Is it like... No, we were going to roll it, weren't we? Let's have a look at this for a sec. We've got expected yield. I mean, it's extra grass, isn't it? We can just row it at the same time. Well, let's go ahead here and have a look at the rowers that we've got. We've got tedders. We don't need tedders at the moment, but we actually will need tedders at some point. We will need a tedder to make some hay. Make hay while the sun shines, as they say. In terms of a windrower, we want something half decent, right? What do we got in here? Eek. What are you? You're a 3.6 meter. What are you? You're a 3.6 meter. You don't know. We're not going to go that. That's a bit too cheap. I would ideally like something like that, right? Which is 8.4 meters, which is going to do our jobs a lot quicker. You know, windrowing is one of those jobs where it can be tedious. This one's 4.7. By the way, I hit up Walter. Walter doesn't have any windrowers spare for us to borrow at the moment. You know, everyone's sort of busy with their own stuff. So it makes sense. Like, I don't want to have to keep leaning on other people to do what we've got to do when we've got the money and we just have to buy it. I think this is the one we need. And we're going to go ahead and buy that today. All right, that leaves us with 12,000 in the bank. We do have some more timber and stuff that is going to be available for us to sell, whether or not we get another field. But I would like to start, like I said before, breaking into a little bit of cattle and getting some cattle into a paddock, and said paddock is right there where our field was. All right, so let's go ahead, and what we'll do is we'll cut this little grass patch we've got here. We'll roll it up, and then today we're gonna have to get things like, we're gonna have to roll these two grass paddocks we've got. Can I just get that cedar moved out of the way? Now, in the sales, there is a really good trailer for sale. Let me just show you this trailer. My foot just hurt. It's 58% off. It's a really cool looking trailer. I don't know why the trailer's hot pink. Okay, it just is what it is. But obviously we would have it at this height, and if we get the extension later. But look, 12,500. Love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below about this trailer and if we should get it or not. I think maybe it could be a one that we need if we just check our contracts today, because remember, we do want to start hiring some people as well. Oh, look at this bell wrapping. We could take that and do it with our own. No, we can't. We've got a combined baler and wrapper. Yeah, okay, so we're not quite at the point where we're getting contracts for mowing yet, but when we do have to remember that we are going to use that hiring service in town to get some local help, because we still don't know where Gary is. Right? I still haven't heard from Gary for quite a while, so this little facility down here might become a bit of a parking bay for us with some machinery. That's not a bad little idea. Just plonk you there. Like such. I could even leave you here. Because I might actually use you to do some windrowing and stuff too. It'd be handy to have some helpers, wouldn't it, on the farm right now to go and bring some stuff back for us, but it is what it is. I think what we'll do is I'll whip around and cut. This is not going to take us very long at all. I'm not going to do it, you know, we don't have to be too precious about cutting this. It just is what it is, isn't it? life is growing again. The greenery's coming back. It's all nice down here. I want to say shout out to all of you last time who said that I had the indicator on. Oh boy, didn't I? While I was cutting the grass. I have a real problem with the indicators sticking on, man. You think I will have learned by now after all these years of farming sim, but nope. Right, let's check out some of what we've got going on down here. So we've managed to get ourselves windrower. Okay, that's fair enough. It's probably the right size for the kinds of fields we have anyway, you know. It's not going to take too long to do that. We've got ourselves a roller, which is going to be great because we'll roll our fields after we do this today. And we've got this lovely, great... Oh, have we still got lime on the deck here or fertilizer and seeds still over here? Eek, sorry. I wonder if we can put those on here. I wonder if we can just sit them in here, you know, to get them home. Wouldn't that be better? We might need to grab some chicken feed too at some point, hey? But what I think we'll do is we'll take this massive big pottinger over. What a brilliant purchase this was, by the way. We got really lucky with this. Sometimes it's how it is, luck of the draw, isn't it? When you get these great bits of machinery. And yeah, look at that. That's brilliant. It does need a service, though. It's got 40%, 47% damage. But these, oh, great. So what we'll do is I'll take this one home. I might bring the fast track back, and we'll row with the fast track, and we'll get ready for baling with this. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do that. We're checking all our lights, brake lights, reverse lights. Yep, brake lights, indicators, yep, brilliant. We're ready to go. Always check your lights. You got to check your trailer hookups, your plugs and stuff. We'll make sure we don't lose any of our fertilizer and seeds. Yeah. What do you mean, what is it? Have you ever farmed before, Ham? Well, I've, you know what? I think I've told this story on live streams before, but one of my ex-partners, her parents owned a farm in Tamworth, a cattle farm. And back when I was playing football and cricket and doing all the sports, and I was training for the Navy, I was a very fit bloke. And one day, Don, that was Amanda's father's name, Don, he used to use me. He'd be burning around in the ute, in his ute, what we call a pickup in Australia. We call it a ute, utility vehicle. He would burn around in the ute out the window, whistling at me while I'd be rounding up all the cattle, like a sheepdog. That shows you the intelligence of Ham. I can be whistled at in directions to go places to round up other animals. I should feel embarrassed about that. I've lost a bag out the back. Hang on a minute. Oh no, of course, traffic issues. Tie your load down, everyone. Make sure you tie your load down. We're close. So, you know, they say, it's funny, there's a statistic that says most accidents, major accidents people have, are like within a few kilometers of their own house, a few miles of their own house. Isn't that crazy? I'm just going to let all the traffic burn past here. I've held it up long enough. And then we can get... Oh, don't run into the 70 sign. But we're going to just whip up in here. Nice and easy, because we'll have this staying attached to here, ready for the baling. The back of the pickup. No. Don't put them there, because that seems like a horrible idea. Just chuck them over here for a sec. Now, a baling trailer is going to be probably something we need also. Because if I'm going to be picking up all these... Now, I don't need an automatic one. That's not what I'm saying. We've got forks. We've got a weight. We should be able to use the fast track with a weight on the back to pick up most bales and load them onto a trailer. It's just going to be a matter of getting a trailer to do it. Like, we could probably do a few trips on these smaller trailers, but I think we're going to need to start investing in some hardier, heavier utility trailers, I think, going forward. So that's something we're going to have to look at too. And while that other one's on sale and it's really nice, look, we do have timber and stuff we can use. So we're just going to have to play things by ear money-wise shortly. I don't want to just go burning all our money at once when I know that we've got other stuff that we potentially have to pay for and do also. I could... No, don't take them both at once, Sam. Just bring the rower. Haven't we grown up in this world? Like, look at the machinery we're rocking up here at the shop now to pick up... Oh, Ham. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Indicators working. Yep, yep, yep. Brake lights. Yep. Reverse light. Yep. All right, sweet. Your indicator's still working, actually. It's working that well. It's still working. And our beacon on the back of this is working too, is it? No, that's the beacon off my tractor. Okay, fair enough. Shout out to Johnny in the comments as well. Johnny really hoped that I'd tip the tractor off the retaining wall last time out. Thanks, Johnny. Always nice to know that you're rooting for me, mate. It's a bigger field than you think, isn't it, when you first see it? Oh, the best we can do is just get in here and open it up. Like, it's a big working width, and then it's also not a big working width. Like, it is and it isn't. Right, let's lower it. I'm gonna bring it down here. And gang, I'm not gonna indicate. We're not indicating. Turn the beacons off. Turn it all off. Let's have a look at this thing now. What I might do, I might try and double row things. So I'll row it down one side, then I'll row it, turn around and row it back the other way. We might row this in towards the field here. How about that? Yeah, good idea. Yeah, I might go around the field like that and push it to the inside. Hey. Yeah, and then we can double pile that up, and that gives me room to bring the baler around now, so I'm not running into trees and such. I'm thinking we're going to get a fairly decent load out of this, though, by the looks of it. Alright, let's see if we can just pick up all this loose stuff that I put all over this the dirt track, which is going to be really good if we can get that. That's the ticket. That's what we want to see. It's actually a really good windrower for just quick and easy little maneuverability. Don't get it caught on the barbed wire fence and ruin it already, Ham. All right, what do you reckon? Time lapse? I reckon so. So I guess the hardest fiddly parts about this field have been road now. You can see I've done the edges and that tight little spot down over on the corner there. I did want to bring to my attention, because the whole time I was working down on this little bank here, all I could think was, I can hear Johnny in my ears saying, dive into the creek, crash it into the creek. And I do not want to be doing that at all. So Johnny, you're in my head, mate. You're in my head, and all I can think about is driving it into the... No, like that. Don't... Crikeys. Don't drive it into the creek. Anyway, we'll continue on here. But the hardest part about this field is sort of done. It's now just the up and backs to crack on. So, little lesson to you. I was doing really good, and then I got really crooked because I got texted, and I had to respond to the text. What's that's a lesson for? Don't text and drive. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to push this line so it's all up into one row, because otherwise you get these little half rows, and my OCD doesn't like that too much. So let me just get this sorted, and then we can head up and row up the little field and start baling it all up. That's a little bit better. I'll just finish up this little bit up here. Lovely. Right, let's get this up home. Nice. Okay, that's a good job for our first effort. Obviously, the more you do a field, you get into a bit of a routine with it and a bit of a pattern, so you kind of know how to do it the most efficiently. We'll get there. I'm still in two minds whether or not we might just send this rower back and maybe get the bigger one, especially if we are going to end up getting bigger fields. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna go. I've almost caused an accident. It's farming country. Tractors first around here. Yeah, so the bigger one obviously would have done that in like a third of the time, obviously. But look, we're just starting out. We're just putting the feelers out. We'll just see how we go. All right. It's nice to just come up a different way, I think, up to home. I like going sort of the back way, looking at all the fields people have got. Don't let the cars, don't run into the cars this time. This little paddock is kind of bigger than you think. I reckon it is anyway. I think this little paddock is bigger than you actually think. What I might do a border patrol. Yep. I might do a border patrol, and then we might start some up and backs with it. All right, but I don't think I'll time lapse this one. I think no, you're right, stay down. I think I could just pop this one in and get it done for you guys. Otherwise, we end up having time lapse after time lapse. I don't know. Maybe you like time lapses. You can let me know in the comment section down below if you don't mind the time lapses. You get to see the work being done, I guess. I'll go on hand. Just pop it into a time lapse and let people watch what's going on. All right, then you got it. I think we'll bail up this field first because I'm curious. Oops. Now I'm just breaking. It's not damaged 47%. It's damaged 147% now after just belting into it with the windrower ham. Yeah, that's my bad. But I'd be interested to see how much grass we're actually going to get out of this paddock now, because look at that. Hello. That's a lot of grass for this small field. So that's the kind of, and we didn't even get, like, I don't even think it was a full cut. I just wanted to do it all because, hey, we were doing the other fields, so bugger it, let's just do it all at once, you know. And that way we know our fields are going to grow together and we're not having to do them opposites and whatever and here and there and everywhere. And anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it all goes. We'll just push all this stuff up together, make this one big thick one. And see what's going on. But that's all right. That's all road. Hey, wrap your laughing gear around that. We rode it. Both fields. A job well done. Like I said, the bigger roll would have done it much quicker. But budgets are budgets sometimes. And look, it's not exactly like the next cut is the next month, although it could be. But what we've got to expect is the fact that we've now got to do a bit of field prep. I'm trying to get you just back here, but not actually tip you down there. There we go. Can I lower you and then drop you? Lovely. I might just park this up and out of the way over here. That way we can get the baler. It is getting late in the evening. It's almost 6 p.m. here. We do have a bit of timber there. So we're going to be able to purchase maybe a couple of trailers next time. The only reason I want that trailer in the shop for 12,000 is because we've got our grain harvest coming up. We've got 2 massive grain fields. Look at all this grass you just missed here. We've got 2 massive grain fields coming up that we're going to have to harvest soon, and a bigger trailer is going to be much better. Right, now, can we just bring up the specs, the guide? The guide, the specs, the guide. We're down here. That's a square baler. You want a... Ooh. The round baler. And it's this one here. It's the Impress. Yeah. So... it will only do, yeah, this is what I thought. It will only do a maximum of 150 wrapped bales. Okay, let's just bring up the guide here. We are set on 150s. That is brilliant. Oh, well, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do a save. Have any mowing jobs come up recently? No. Okay, so, all right, now turn that on. We will turn that on and fold it. I'll just, once we get over this lump and bump and frumpy bit, I'll drop the pickup on the baler. There we go. The pickup is down on the ground. Let's see exactly what we're going to get here for our money for this field. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Now, obviously, the better condition your balers are, the better they are at picking up, and the better, actually, I think it comes down to helping with the yield as well for your products. But that, look at that, that's almost half a bale just in that little strip right there. We'll do one bale together and see how this goes, okay? We'll do one bale together and see how it goes. I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it? This is a great investment. Absolutely worth every penny so far. We'll see what it's like though. Oh, it means that we're not going to get little spillages in our silage pit and all that sort of stuff. All right, let's see how you go. So you're going to come out. The wrapper's going to come up. Brilliant. And we should be able to pick up again as that's wrapping. Hey! And away we're wrapping. Number 3 bale is here and wrapping. I would say, look, 3 bales plus an extra bit of grass for probably not. The grass wasn't even fully grown yet. It wasn't. The field wasn't prepped. I would say next time we're probably going to get 4 bales out of this field. That's my prediction if it's cut properly and done properly. Right, we'll get it down to the other field, but that's a nice job up here. I think that's a really good job that we've done up there. Really proud with that. Yeah, absolutely stoked with that. And it means, look, later on when we've got the dairy cows, we're gonna have to do the old silage, and we're gonna have to make the TMR, total mixed ration, for those not knowing what TMR is, total mixed ration, which is the best grade of food you could probably make for your dairy cows anyway. I don't know about I think for the beef cows as well. I'd have to double check that. So yeah, that's what we've got there. But gang, that's it for today. Next episode, we're going to be baling up this whole next field. We're going to be doing all the field prep for them. We're going to be checking the board for our mowing contracts that should be coming up sooner rather than later. I remember last season they started a bit later as well, the old mowing contracts. I'll see if I can pick up some of this loose stuff out and about out here. I'm just going to pull over to the side here. But that's it for today's episode. Thanks for hanging out again once more. Happy hump day. If you're watching this in the future, happy day, whatever it is for you. Really wrapped with all our new machinery. I think it's just absolutely... Oh my, indication, Batman. Please stay safe, stay glued to your screen. I'll see you all next episode. Get out of here.